more. She always had to be one up on me. I remember one time, I flipped everything in her room. So her whole room was upside down when she walked in. Her mattress, alarm clock, posters on the wall, everything. She just laughed it off and told me, "That was a good one, Brian." The following day, not only was my room completely upside down, but my whole room was moving to the soccer field across the road. I followed this up with another shaft. In residence, there are 2 beds, one to the left and one to the right. Each are in a box frame with mattresses inside them. I removed the mattresses, put them in the closet, and made a flower bed in the box frame. She saved the soil, flowers, and planted a flower bed on the roof of my car. And she got the whole residence house on the steps to witness my reaction when I got back from supper. And then she also bought smelts from the superstore and hid them in my room. Pleasant smell. After many more shafts, we decided that we weren't getting anywhere and we were wasting good shafts on each other, so we decided to form an alliance. Together, we stole all the left shoes of all of my roommates, so when they went to write their exams, they were wearing noticeably 2 different right shoes. We planted itch powder in their underwear drawer. We locked people in the room with laminated newspaper and shaving cream, and many more steps. They went on for pretty much the whole time Debbie was at AC. I want to talk briefly about Debbie's outgoing personality. One night I invited Debbie to a Wisdom House party. Now this is... She was a little bit nervous and said that she was really shy. She walked in and I noticed that she did act a little shy and no one really knew her or even her name. By the end of the night, she was arm wrestling with the host of the party and everyone in the whole house was chanting her name. This is how Debbie is. You meet her and you automatically like her. And of course, she won the arm wrestle. When Debbie does something, there is no beating around the bush. She is not exactly what I would describe as discreet. It was just before Christmas. Everyone was stressing out about exams and studying like crazy. Debbie was a residence assistant in the residence Fraser House. She was downstairs in the lobby when the fire alarm went off. Being an RA, she had to go put on her reflective vest and make sure everyone was out of the house, even for the practice alarms. So as she went upstairs, she noticed there was smoke in the hall. So as she hurried up the stairs, making fun of the people rushing down the stairs about whether it was their room the smoke was coming out of, she soon realized that it was indeed her room, the floor RA. She put a magic bag in the microwave and put it in for 20 minutes instead of 2 minutes, causing it to go on fire. Everyone was standing outside for 2 hours in the blistering cold as the fire department came and dealt with the fire and smoke. They had 2 industrial-sized fans on the floor for the rest of the week. And Debbie is the sole reason why there are no longer microwaves or toaster ovens allowed in residence. She indeed makes an impact wherever she goes. I would like to mention Debbie's respect for her parents. This was very apparent when I went to school with her. I used to talk to her about some of my high school teachers, and we would discuss their dry senses of humor. She told me that she lived with a teacher her whole life, her dad. And some of the jokes that she told me that her father had told her confirmed that all teachers had this same dry sense of humor. The thing that stuck out in my mind the most was how her father always told her that she should always act responsible. And when she told me this, she made sure that it was clear that you didn't just say responsible, you had to say responsible. And I know that I bring a whole new accent to the table, but I mean this. She loved this, and she always would tell me to make sure that I would act responsible. So I want you to know just how she took this advice. It was scary, Debbie.
It's your wedding someday.
I know. One night, Debbie and some friends decided they were going to go to the campus pub. It was a Thursday night. I was working at the pub that night, so I wasn't in with them. When she got there, she was feeling pretty good. What is happening, Debbie? She was wearing her father's high school ring. She decided to avoid losing it. She would give it to me and told me to return it to her tomorrow so that she wouldn't lose it. The responsible thing to do. The bar closed at 1 o'clock and it took about a half an hour to clean up. When I got back to residence, Debbie was quite emotional. She told me that she lost her father's high school ring. She doesn't really have the personality to just sleep on it. In the half hour from when the bar closed, she had already called CBC News and Toronto Daily News, left a message on a reporter's voicemail, as well as a general news hotline telling her about the lost ring. She left her... No. She left her room phone number, her cell phone number, 2 residence friends' numbers, 2 off-campus numbers, her email address, and the number to the Environmental Science Department at NSAC, in case they weren't able to get in touch with her. So she felt fairly embarrassed when I came into the room and pulled the ring out of my pocket. She called the news team back and left a message saying, "Never mind." So I really want to wish Debbie and Jason all the happiness that life can bring. And if you're ever in PEI, make sure that you look me up, and there's always a place for you to stay.